There was a little girl named Lily. She was 3 years old, and unfortunately, she had gotten cancer. Well, the cancer began to spread all throughout her body, unfortunately. During that time, doctors were able to perform two different surgeries to remove a huge tumor from her abdomen. After those surgeries were performed, the next 2 years, little Lily went through rounds of just hardcore chemotherapy. But despite all of that, the surgeries and the chemo treatments, the cancer kept spreading. And, eventually the medical staff, they just tried to warn little Lily's parents that, hey, there's nothing else we can do now. But the best thing we can do is to try to make Lily comfortable in her last days. Well, after all, these few years had passed, Lily is now 5 years old, and she began voicing out to her parents that she was scared of heaven and she didn't want to go. She didn't know what it was going to be like, who would be down the hall. Her next door neighbor in the next to the hospital room that little Lily's in, there was indeed a little boy, and he did indeed just recently pass away that day. But there is no way that little Lily could have known that. She didn't know the boy. She had never met the boy. She'd never even gone into his room. So she had no idea of his existence. But in that moment, she had a little vision seeing him fishing in heaven, and he was ecstatic and happy about it. And that in turn made Lily happy. Now, another little odd thing, which Lily, her parents, no one would have known. I mean, the nurse, but they don't talk about other patients with other families like that. You can't do that. So, in that little boy's room next door had been a picture in a frame, and it was of him, the little boy, catching a fish. He was holding up a little fishing pole. So apparently that was a hobby of his that he loved doing. And now he was doing it in heaven, and Lily could see that. Her mom was sitting next to her in the hospital bed. And Lily, she's a little bit out of it, but she starts counting just to 10. 1, 2, 3, and she's looking at the corner of her hospital room, and she's just counting repeatedly over and over to 10. So her mom's kind of like thinking, well, Lily's 5. She really can't count past 10 anyway, not knowing what she's doing. So she finally asks Lily, what are you doing? And Lily said straight up, quote back to her mom, "I'm counting angels, Mommy."